Eric Cantona, having just been sent off in United's match against Crystal Palace at Shelhurst Park, fighting with spectators. Well, Gary Lineker is with us. First reaction to that, Gary?
Well, it's one of the most amazing things I've ever seen in a football match. I think that it doesn't matter how you're provoked by the crowd, whatever language they use to you, you've got to be above it, and I think it's unbelievable and inexcusable.
Thank you for the moment. Well, we'll be seeing Aston Villa against Tottenham, and there's cricket and tennis news from down under, but we start with that dramatic match at Selhurst Park tonight, with United out to reclaim top spot in the Premiership. The Cantona story will unfold in due course, and the commentary comes from Clive Tilsley.
Waiting for the coal to catch fire again. Stuck in the leanest spell of his young career at the time when he most wants to prove his worth. Andy Cole is now without a goal in 10 games. Mind you, he never scored on his debut for any of his previous clubs, so why should Manchester United worry just yet? They didn't care where the winner came from last Sunday, as long as it brought Blackburn Rovers back within range. They would have fielded the same side again tonight, but for Steve Bruce being suspended, David May is the replacement in his favoured central defensive position. Facing May tonight, Chris Armstrong, just 4 months older than Cole, valued almost as highly, but not for sale. He's as much in need of a goal, though, just 2 in the Premiership so far this season for Armstrong. Goal scoring has been the Palace problem, and tonight they gave a home debut to Ian Dowie, signed from Southampton recently for £400,000. Palace shop at a different store to Manchester United. Alan Wilk is the man in charge. When Manchester United beat Crystal Palace at Old Trafford in mid-November, they went to the top of the Premiership table for all of a week. They were there again for a few hours on Boxing Day afternoon, and victory tonight will once more lift them into top spot, the position they held throughout last season. United in their little black number tonight. The pitch is soft, it'll cut up, but 4 days ago it wasn't even playable. The Wimbledon-Liverpool match here on Saturday had to be postponed. Manchester United throw, won by Lee Sharp. Goal kick. Palace's home record is still at the core of their relegation problems. They've lost half of their 12 Premiership games here and scored only 8 goals. Cantona for McClair, and now Cole, and now Cantona, and now Cole again. This is delicious. Giggs. Coleman getting in amongst it and breaking it all up. Southgate. The manager impassive. May to Irwin. Giggs now trying his luck on the left-hand side. Nice return ball from Dennis Irwin. Fouled by Darren Patterson. Getting his first look at Ryan Giggs, who has switched from right to left. It's towards Pallister. It's won by Coleman. McClair! Well, it's a smart save by Martin, but no more. Solako. Armstrong unable to make anything of it. Alan Smith, the Crystal Palace manager, says that Nigel Martin, his keeper, is second to none in the Premiership. Southgate. Pitcher. Solako. There's always an extra defender. Whenever anybody tries to take on people. Cole looking for a free kick and getting nothing. Armstrong. Made space for himself. Had Schmeichel scrambling just for a second. Newman trying to keep up the pressure. Gordon. Solako. Seems to fancy his chances against Keane tonight. And Roy Keane is going to be cautioned for that. He's already got a suspension on the way next week. And there's another few points to add to his collection. Solako causing a problem or two. Newman with the free kick. Armstrong's there, so too Schmeichel, out as far as Pitcher. Gordon. He's a much better striker of the ball than that, Dean Gordon. Pitcher. That's a better ball for Armstrong, played in front of him. Schmeichel read it well. Darren Pitcher playing to the strengths of Chris Armstrong, which are essentially his pace. Not bad in the air either, and he's making it awkward for Schmeichel. Certainly for a man who's been short of league goals recently, Chris Armstrong is playing with plenty of self-belief. And no lack of commitment to the cause. Armstrong, only Dowie in support for the present. Two more arriving. Dowie was there, May away as far as Solako. Armstrong! First genuine chance of the match. It's been 38 minutes in coming. And Chris Armstrong, who's looked as lively as any attacking player on the field, getting himself on the end of John Solako's cross. He'll be disappointed he didn't at least hit the target. To Southgate. Here goes Armstrong again. Pallister just trying to edge him out of harm's way. And doing a little better than that in the end and getting his foot on the ball. Southgate. Newman. It's come for Solako. Oh, and it went behind Armstrong. And Schmeichel escaped a little bit there. He was under pressure and couldn't get the initial cross away. Very vocal disagreement with Pallister in front of him. Yeah, these cameras are expensive, you know. And so am I. John Solako had the shot at goal there. And in the context of a very tight game, that's about as good an opening as either side have seen. Added time at the end of the first half. Southgate. Armstrong on towards Dowie. Sharp. Pallister. Newman. Patterson. One back by Giggs. Possession changing hands almost by the second. Southgate had his hand on Giggs' shoulder. It's not a good passing surface by any means, but the standard of passing has been high. The standard of commitment and energy has been very, very high. Andy Cole, no goals from no chances. Chris Armstrong, no goals from one chance. Alex Ferguson left his players in no doubt that Sunday's match with Blackburn was a must-win game, but a follow-up victory here is hardly less important in the circumstances. Blackburn, Liverpool and Newcastle have already beaten Palace here. It's the sort of fixture prospective champions are expected to win. Cole almost came for Ince. And it's a Manchester United free kick. It is a fixture that Palace need to win every bit as much. And so far, they've just about looked the more likely scorers. This might be the start of something better for Manchester United. Is Giggs, 3 is Irwin. Ince is just to their left. It'll be Ryan Giggs. Almost got too much action on it. Screwed well wide of Nigel Martin's left-hand post. Ince has won it. Sharp. Cantona. Cole. Headed by Gordon. Straight to Giggs. Oh, beautifully done for Ince. And now Sharp, and I think Ince was the man who blocked it. Outrageous backheel there. Almost unlocked the Crystal Palace defence. Trying to get on his way, had a little kick at Shaw there out of frustration, and the linesman had a very, very good view of it. Now, temperature's rising, and out comes the red card. There's the morning headline. Eric Cantona. Three times he walked last season, once more in a pre-season game, and now for the 5th time in his Manchester United career, Eric Cantona is sent off. Alan Wilkie is the referee, but it was the advice of the linesman Eddie Walsh which helped him. Oh, what's going on here? Cantona's getting involved with some supporters. Oh, this is outrageous. Norman Davies, the Manchester United kit man, trying to pull him away. It's all got wildly out of hand, and once more, Eric Cantona is the man at the centre of a dramatic controversy. Gone beyond the boiling point. That's an all-seated area, of course, behind the dugouts, but one or two supporters have come down the gangways to stand at the front. And clearly, Cantona, already in something of a rage following his dismissal, felt sufficiently goaded to confront the supporters. Now, Cantona was trying to chase this ball. He was held up by Shaw. He got angry, and I think he had a kick at this Crystal Palace defender. Look with the linesman's place. I do think the initial offence was by Shaw. The police have got to take names and statements. I'm sure that we'll be hearing from them before the story has been told. Good throw by Schmeichel. Here goes Giggs. Cole is with him. Sharp is straining to get there too, and Giggs' progress is unceremoniously stopped by Chris Coleman. There's another card on the way here. Yellow card for the Crystal Palace defender. Giggs in full flight. Pallister and May are forward for the free kick. Giggs will take. And it was by Dowie. This is May. Good combination between Pallister and Sharp here. David May. Oh, it's there! David May's first league goal for Manchester United gives them the lead and puts the smile back on the face of Alex Ferguson. The 10 men of Manchester United take the lead thanks to a terrific cross from Lee Sharp and a brave header from David May, which Nigel Martin couldn't quite keep out. Here's Patterson. Southgate. Schmeichel's come. Now Schmeichel's got. He's such an imposing character. Huge man with a huge personality. And he has a certain presence. Nigel Martin, the Crystal Palace goalkeeper's in excellent form at the moment, but he's a different type of personality altogether. Certainly know when Schmeichel's around. Cole will chase. Coleman has lost him, and here is Andy Cole with a chance. It's about the clearest sight of goal that he's had in his brief Manchester United career so far. His pure leg speed got him away from Coleman, but he never was able to steady himself. As if he's having a bad season in front of goal. And he scored 15 for Newcastle at a rate of better than 1 every 2 games. But the expectancy goes with the feet. It's not of his doing, but he knows all about it, and he knows the spotlight will get brighter with each passing minute. Keane in towards Shaw. Oh! Came off the defender, I think. Away by Shaw. Here's Keane. Leclerc. Giggs. Keane. Manchester United have created better chances with 10 men than they did with 11. Sharp. Giggs. Leclerc. Forced back now. There's another devilish cross, this time from Roy Keane. And Richard Shaw and Lee Sharp arrived together and the ball crashed against the post. Cole has won it from Leclerc. Sharp on his way ahead of him. Shaw just managed to divert it to the safety of his goalkeeper. Armstrong. May couldn't prevent it coming to Solako. Irwin with a terrific challenge. May's in there too. Priest couldn't reach it. Southgate. It's 1-1. Gareth Southgate with 10 minutes remaining. Well, it took a long, long time to reach its destination, but eventually Palace managed to squeeze it home. Solako couldn't, Priest couldn't, but eventually Southgate could. It's the skipper's first league goal since the opening week of the season. It's brought Alan Smith's team back on terms. Another card on the way. Darren Pitcher is the player in trouble, I think. Well, Manchester United did their level best to throw bodies at it. Dennis Irwin made a terrific tackle there. Then David May got in the way, but the ball ran kindly for Crystal Palace. Off May, ironically, as Schmeichel tried to come to get it. And in by Southgate. Solako. Ince has lost it. Tackled by Priest. This is Newman. Giggs got back there, won the ball. The referee was about 5 yards away. Giggs now to Cole. 3 in support. Andy Cole. McClare was there, Sharp was there, Giggs was there. Cole went for goal. Armstrong. Offside, that was very tight. Keane on the near side. Right. Mighty close to playing Priest on. Southgate. Priest. Here comes Newman. What a chance to win the game. He stole in behind Roy Keane. The cross was inviting, but Ricky Newman couldn't quite accept the invitation. He miscued. Priest, who delivered the opportunity, but Newman, number 23, unable to take it. Stoppage time. Ince. He'll have a go. Coleman. Kanchelskis was free to his right, was letting Ince know about it. Here goes McClare. Cole, away by Coleman. Giggs trying to retrieve it. Southgate sees to it that he doesn't. This is Armstrong. It's turned Irwin. Priest to his right. Away by May, and offside Cole. Headed by Pallister. Cole couldn't quite throw enough. Coleman. Solako. Seen off by Keane. Both sides still looking for a winner. City will take them 4 points clear. They have to settle for a point. They may have beaten Blackburn on Sunday, but they couldn't overhaul them tonight. Crystal Palace have kept Manchester United at arm's length in the title race, but nothing will keep the name of Eric Cantona out of the morning headlines. Sent off again. A point apiece doesn't really solve anyone's problems. Palace still in the rat race near the bottom. United still behind Blackburn at the top, despite David May's goal for them. But Alex Ferguson knows that all the after-match questions will be about the 5th red card in the Manchester United career of Eric Cantona. What was the Crystal Palace view of the night's events?
Well, I thought first half we had the better of the game. We were very competitive. I thought we were a little bit unfortunate to go in 0-0 at half-time. I thought the sending off of Cantona unsettled us more than it unsettled them, funny enough.
Why?
I don't know, but I think we are a side that let events affect us. You know, this has happened all season, and I think in fairness to Manchester United, they got to grips with the game much better, and in the end, though, we thoroughly deserved the point. Probably a little bit unfortunate not to take the 2 just in the last minute.
It's the nature of the beast, though, that the match will be overshadowed by the incident, isn't it?
Unfortunately, but I don't really want to comment on that. It was a good game. A major credit to Manchester United. They've kept at it. We made it very difficult for them tonight, and you know, they've shown the spirit of champions. They've kept at it. You know, they've taken everything we've thrown at them, and they've gone away with a point.
Now, just tell me, what exactly did you see when Cantona was sent off tonight?
Well, what I saw was that Cantona was sent off. He was walking along the touchline, and our seats are about 8 or 10 rows back from the front, and right in front of us, most of the crowd were booing him and giving him a lot of abuse, obviously, but for what he'd done. And all of a sudden, he turned on somebody in the front row. Comments were exchanged, but he did no more than jump 2-footed over the barrier and kick the person straight in the stomach. The chappie got up to retaliate, and Cantona did no more than punched him as well. In all the years I've been a supporter, I've never, ever seen or experienced anything quite like that at a football match before.
Well, a few of us have. The Chief Superintendent, Terry Collins, of the Metropolitan Police, tonight said they'd received serious allegations of assault against Eric Cantona and Paul Ince from 2 fans. The officer confirmed that Cantona and Ince were allowed home tonight, but would be interviewed at a later date. He said, we've taken names and addresses from more than 24 witnesses willing to give statements, and they will be taken in the next few days. Well, Gary, you already commented on this, but, I mean, we know about his temperament problem, Cantona, but he completely lost it tonight.
It was just incredible. The sending off, you know, sending offs happen, and they happen quite regularly with Eric, but the business with the supporter is unforgivable, and he's going to really suffer through this. I think he's going to get a long ban, whether it will spell the end of his career with Manchester United. In previous instances where he's had similar experiences in France, he's walked out on French football. Will he walk out on English football? Anything could happen.
All professional players get abuse, don't they, especially when they're playing away from home?
Absolutely, happens in practically every game. It varies at different grounds, and obviously depends on certain circumstances during a game, but if every player, every time they got abused or spat at or anything like that from the crowd, started fighting, then there'd be nobody left on the pitch at the end of the game.
Let's take a look at the incident right from the start, which sort of caused
Well, it started early. There was a little bit of niggling here when the ball came to Eric, and he had a little swipe at Richard Shaw on that occasion. And as we follow the ball back, it ends up with Peter Schmeichel, who just clears his lines. And as you see the ball dropping here, Eric just kicks out. I mean, it's not the most violent thing I've ever seen, but it was idiotic, really. It was niggly. It was right in front of the linesman, who immediately saw it. And although it's not particularly violent, you can't argue with the referee's decisions to send him off. It was just stupid. And from that, he's walking off here. Obviously someone says something, and I think the supporter, Mr. Haddock, said it perfectly. A 2-footed lunge and followed by punches.
Extraordinary attack to go over feet first over the barrier like that.
Well, he's completely lost it. He's lost Les Marbles. And the player is in the crowd. It's unbelievable.
How long do you think Manchester United can go on buying that sort of temperament? I mean, they've won 2 championships, and he's been largely responsible for those extraordinary wins.
Well, he's a wonderful talent, but he just explodes. And he's let his manager down. He's let down Alex Ferguson, who has stuck by him through thick and thin. He's defended him to the hilt. And now he's done that, and even Alex, I don't think, can defend him this time.
I wonder if the player himself might decide he's had enough of English football. I mean, he's never stayed anywhere very long, has he?
No, in France in '91, he was actually banned for 3 games. He went to a hearing where he called everybody idiots. His ban was increased to a couple of months. He ended up walking out in French football. That could happen. You never know what's going to happen with him.
It's a problem for United. He's obviously going to receive some sort of lengthy ban here. Well, we mustn't prejudge it too much, but it looks very much that way. It's a big problem for United, isn't it? Mark Hughes is out injured. They've got the new star, the £7 million man in the team.
You have to sympathise with now. He's not only under the pressure of a £7 million move. He's got Hughes injured. Cantona's done this. And the burden now lies with him. He's the one who's really got to produce more than ever. We saw at the weekend where Cantona got the team out of trouble and perhaps Cole out of trouble as regards pressure. And now it's all on Cole. And
well, he was going to be the big story tonight. We were going to analyse his play. I mean, you're the perfect person to do so because he plays the sort of role he used to play. But let's have a look at 1 or 2 of his moves and tell us about that.
Well, the ironic thing is that he actually got the chances in the game after Cantona went off. Here's the first one. He's got exceptional pace. He really gets away from Chris Coleman there. And his finish, it was bobbling around and it left a bit to be desired, to be honest. And he really needs a break early on, especially now. And again, this was, he's got out there, he's made a good run, he gets away from defenders, he finds space. And the shot, a little bit desperate, probably players better position than him. And he needs an early, I've been there, the pressure is enormous when you're a big transfer like that. Everybody's looking at you. He knows everybody's looking at him. Every time he misses a chance, he'll be feeling, oh, it's like everybody's going to be looking at me, and you hear the groans from the crowd, and it can build up.
And in other positions, you can sort of not hide exactly, but you can get away with things a bit. But when you're an out-and-out striker, you're judged only on goals,
Absolutely.
aren't you?
I mean, if you're a big signing in midfield, you make 2 or 3 nice passes, a couple of little pretty movements, and everyone goes, promising. Yeah. If you play up front, it doesn't matter what you do as a player, what you do in the game, lots of nice things. People will notice them.
It's only the goal.
It's only the goal.
Well, he's gone 11 games now, 9 for Newcastle and 2 here without scoring, and people will be just adding that up, won't they? He's got to get a goal under his belt pretty quickly.
Well, he'll get a goal, and I think he will. His movement's terrific, and I think that he needs to knock one in off his knee or something, and just to get him going.
But as you say, the Cantona incident won't help him or the club or anybody else.
No, I think we'll hear a bit more about that.
Just a bit, yeah. Thanks.